First, I want to introduce Rick Stripp, who was the author of Mommy, I Wish I Could Tell You What They Did to Me in School Today. And please, next time you do a book, give us a shorter title there, buddy.
Just for you, Mike. Just for you. I'll write a book called I.
Oh, that's great. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in, man. It's been great. It's been great. Rick came down last night and in the Stripp Mobile, which is this big RV that he and his family have, and we've been out cruising Baltimore City, just wreaking havoc the last 24 hours. It's been great. To Rick's left, we have his son, Dan Stripp, who is a special needs teacher up in New Jersey. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Great. Hey, thanks for coming in. And off in the corner, we'll just say hi to Liz. His wife is along with us
Hi,
for the
Mom.
ride, and she's kind of observing what's going on. And on the phone with us, we have Mr. Brian Wynn, who is the proprietor of the Facebook page Autistic Playground. Brian, how are you doing?
Not too bad, Mike. Thanks for having me today.
Good. Thanks for coming on with these other guys here. It's a shame you didn't come down with them. You should have had them come by and pick you up on the way down.
With the big RV, of course.
Brian knew better.
Yeah. So get stuck in the van with the Stripp family.
How you doing, Brian? This is Rick Stripp. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, thank you.
All right. Now, it's actually kind of funny that the timing on this for the incident that took place up in New York, I believe it was, the story broke, was it on Monday, about the 68-year-old lady who was the bus monitor, who was severely bullied by about 4 different kids, I won't even call them young men, they were just children on this bus. It was atrocious. If you haven't seen the video, it's out there on youtube.com, but I would like to start out this whole conversation this evening by playing a news report about this so we can kind of get everybody up to speed on it, and then we'll go from there. So, AY, if you want to, go ahead and hit track 1, and then we'll be right back in a couple minutes. Wait for it.
You're so fat. You take up like the whole entire seat.
Oh, no. Put those
Oh my
legs up.
god, your glasses are foggy from your freaking sweat, you fat.
It's a disturbing video that has gone viral of school bus monitor Karen Klein being harassed by students from Greece Athena.
She buys eats deodorant because she can't afford real food. What are we doing? Your mom. Oh, well, she's dead. Kind of like you in a few years, you're old.
While one student records, others call her names, even threaten her life.
If I stab you in the stomach, my knife would go through you like butter.
And it's kind of scary, you know. I never thought anything like this would ever happen.
Klein, a grandmother, has been working in the district for 23 years, but felt like she had few options that day.
If you yank the phone out of his hand, then you get in trouble, you know. I thought I'd just let him go. And I just tried to ignore him.
Unless you have something nice to say, don't say anything else.
How about you shut the up?
The district has launched an investigation and found other videos on YouTube. They are working to identify the students and say they will be disciplined.
We do not tolerate harassment of staff or students.
Greece police are also investigating, but at the same time are concerned about the safety of the students involved. People have been posting their names and addresses online.
There's people that are showing up here angry. We understand that. Give us time to look into the investigation. Please don't jump to conclusions. These are 13, 12-year-old kids.
The video has more than 100,000 hits on YouTube. The district has received angry emails from people as far away as Australia. Klein has been getting messages on Facebook and flowers from strangers.
Thinking of you, be strong and defy gravity.
On Twitter, people are showing support by using the hashtag Team Karen. Klein says she hopes the kids on this tape learn a lesson from this.
I hope you never do it again to anybody else.
Well,
Wow.
there you have it. That's just one. That's probably the best. That's probably the best that we have there. That was from KDNVR or KDVR out in Denver. That was a good segment. I mean, what do you say about this? I mean, at one point she says, if you can't say anything nice, then, don't say anything at all. And the kid says, why don't you just shut the F up? I mean, this is a 68-year-old woman. I mean, we're talking about I mean, what do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's like this. There's, as you can see from the backlash, the majority of the population are good people. They know that's unacceptable, that's wrong, but of course you're going to have, there's a certain degree of meanness when it comes to kids. But that's a whole new level. And something else to consider when it comes to bullies is simply the fact that most bullying occurs, if you look at the bullies, from some source of their home life. You see them at home, and they are just they have a horrible home life. So that now that the social movement, the social consciousness has become very much in the forefront, I think you're going to see some real changes. But incidents like this, unfortunately, are inevitable and have been happening since the beginning of time. But it does help when you admonish these bad eggs.
Yeah, we've got to get ready to go to a break here in a second. The one positive thing out of this is there was a gentleman up in Canada who started a fund for her that people could donate. This woman has now reached over $600,000 in contributions from people. She can now retire and do whatever she wants and not have to deal with these knuckleheads. Look, we got to take a real quick break. Rick, when we come back, Dan and Brian, when we come back, I want to get your intake on this, and then we'll kind of segue into some of the information that you guys have. Okay? All right, so go ahead. Let's go ahead and take a real quick break, and we'll be right back.
Next week, TAPLT.